What is this metal object found underneath the floorboards in my Victorian house, which was built circa 1900? I don't think it is horse-related. Most stirrups would be attached to a leather strap, not on the end of a metal bar. I have no idea what it is, but not likely to be for horses. I used Google Image on it, and AI said, the object in the image appears to be a rusty metal representation of a Celtic cross. We've been puzzling over it for days. Any ideas? It's the handle or internal lever of an antique overhead toilet flush unit. These are placed above the toilet, and the side with the single end is where the chain to pull is attached. The fork side is inside the main flusher and is attached to the sides of a cast iron bell, which when lifted, slightly creates a siphon effect that starts the flushing. I have maintained some of these in the past, and as rust builds up, they get stuck. What is this thing found in Anchorage, Alaska, near a moss-covered pile of old and broken concrete slabs with river rock aggregate? It was solid on top and bottom. The rectangular pieces inside seemed like plastic, and it seems both sides had a cover. I appreciate any suggestions you can offer. It's a 1930s to 40s km Nap Monarch chrome flopper toaster. Here's a 1946 print ad. It has a manual flip-down side doors where bread slices are inserted. Once toasted, the doors are manually opened and the toast flops out. It was patented on December 16, 1941 by Andrew S. Knapp for the Nap Monarch Company of St. Louis, Missouri. What is this brass antique desk lamp with base compartment found at a thrift store? I'm trying to figure out what the base compartment was used for, and also what type of shade to use. There are no markings on the bottom, and the top has a spot for 2 light bulbs. My best guess was an ashtray, but now I'm not too sure. I would love to get a solid answer. I did a Google image search and found one saying it could be something to do with stamps. Any ideas are appreciated. Thanks in advance. It's a 1950s Inkwell desk lamp, and likely Japanese. Here's a complete set listed online for $71 with a black shade and a glass insert at the base. What is this globe-shaped metal and plastic object with star holes and engravings, found amongst a bunch of other 60s to 80s era stuff buried on my property? Genuinely, I have no clue what this is. It's not heavy, it says made in Hong Kong, and about the size of a fist. I'm fairly sure the metal side with the star holes on it says number 119, and the little emblem says NH. All searches came up with artillery, and it's definitely not that. Any light any of you can shed on this would be greatly appreciated. It's a 1970s bike horn. Here is a similar one. The plastic part is probably hardened rubber and used as the bellow for the reed. You push it like you squeeze the old horns in old black and white movies. It was made in Hong Kong by Pifco, originally the Provincial Incandescent Fittings Company, which was a British brand known for small domestic appliances. While Pifco was based in the UK, some of their products were manufactured in Hong Kong for the company. What are these bird-looking metal things seen on the rooftops or chimneys of houses in Greece? I've seen it on several houses in the Corfu area. I'm thinking they're to discourage other birds from nesting in your chimney. Any idea what they are? It's a rotating chimney cowl, also known as an anti-downdraft cowl. It's a device placed on top of a chimney that rotates with the wind. It's designed to improve chimney draft and prevent downdraft by creating a vacuum effect as it spins, drawing air and smoke upwards. This action also helps to keep rain, leaves, and pests out of the chimney. What is this gray iron stand and steel screw actuator next to an iron utility access panel in Nashville, Tennessee? About 6 feet tall, and there's a long treaded, covered with a plastic sleeve, I assume to protect it against weather and to keep hands off. At the top of the conical stand is a crank post that obviously takes a special tool to adjust the screw height. On the ground next to the device are 2 iron access panels, and I can hear running water under them. It's located along a greenway train near the Germantown neighborhood in Nashville, just south of the Cumberland River. There are also old railroad tracks a few feet away, but I think this is unrelated. What does the screw control? It opens a floodgate below it. If you want the water to stay upstream, you close it. If you want the water to go downstream, you open it. For flood use, you might be trying to hold back the runoff for a while, so that the stream downstream doesn't flood. Then you open it to drain the upstream area, or open it up if all the rainfall was upstream. What is this steel handle-like object included in the auction lot of old tools? It's about 6 to 7 inches long. It's a cast iron handle with a weird beak-like tip with flared wings, and the word Guelph is cast into it. Given I am in Ontario, I assume this means it was made in Guelph, Ontario. I initially thought it might be some sort of farrier tool, but it doesn't appear to be the case. Does anyone recognize what this is, or could be from? It's a stove lid lifter, from the days when cast iron stoves had lids that came off. It fits the slot in the round discs. It was made by the Guelph Stove Company, originally known as the Guelph Foundry Company. The company was the manufacturer of stoves, furnaces, and other appliances, including clothes dryers and home freezers. The company was founded in 1897 in Guelph, Ontario, and was later acquired by Eaton Company, and then by Studebaker in 1964. What is this thing in my yard? It's metal. It has a pin at the top, and the rollers on the side spin. It's right in the center of the yard, and relatively close to an old sealed well, about 10 to 15 feet away. The diameter of the pipe at the bottom is about 1 inch, and it seems solid. I'm also close to a railroad, so I'm wondering if it's something for that. It's been a mystery for years. Does anyone know what this would have been originally used for? That's a Ford Model T driveshaft with the roller bearing and pinion still attached. Ford axles have been used for surveying. It likely marks a corner of the property. If you look into old deeds, we used to use all kinds of stuff to mark land. But that said, these show up really easily with pin finders and metal detectors, and don't rust away quickly, so that's why they were used. Source? 4 years as a survey drafting manager, and Dad has been in surveying for 30 years. What is this thing that came off a tractor? I have no idea what it is. It's a cast iron plate, and it measures approximately 12.5 by 5.5 inches. It has some numbers and letters, but I really have no clue. I would love some clarification if anyone knows about it. Please let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.